I want to talk about trust-based marketing right now, and tossing your rope before tying your lasso won't catch the calf. And what I mean by that is if a prospect doesn't trust you, then really nothing else matters, right? Because no matter what the discount is, no matter what the catchy marketing campaign is, the clever ad that you run, if a prospect doesn't trust you, then nothing else matters. And there are only two reasons why we don't trust people or people don't trust. It's one is because they don't know you, or two, it's because they do know you. So there's only two reasons why people don't trust, right? So basically what I'm trying to get to is that, everybody distrusts. And so trust is something that has to be earned. Now, the problem is that we trust people for all the wrong reasons. We like to think we're logical about this. We like to think we're smart, analytical people, especially all of you in IT. You're not dummies by any stretch. And you like to think when you choose a vendor or you choose somebody to trust for whatever it is that you're trusting them with, whether it's someone watching your kids, you feel like you are very analytical and logical about this. And if I pressed you, you'd say, oh, absolutely, I take a very logical approach. But your behavior is just a lot different. Like, for example, how many of you have signed a contract with the little sticky note sign here or a tax return without reading the document or verifying any of the numbers? Come on, raise your hand, okay? Why the hell would you do that? Because now here's the key thing. You trust the person, but you want to trust that person. Now that's really key, because you don't want to read it all. You don't want to find the fine print. You don't want to go to battle going back and forth. You don't want any of that. So you want to find somebody you can trust. How many of you have sold a home at some point in your life? Okay? Pretty much everybody in the room? Yeah? Okay. So when you picked out the person who was going to sell the single biggest asset you had, most likely the single biggest asset that you had, did you do a thorough research on them to find out if they were the most successful realtor in your market area who had sold the most homes for the closest to listing price in the shortest amount of time? And I'm not talking about research where you looked at their marketing and just said, okay, yeah, that's what they say about themselves. I'm talking where you actually have done that research. How many of you did that? How many of you actually did background checks? Because these are people you're going to give keys to your house that they can come in your house and go anytime. How many of you did background checks? How many of you checked their references? If they gave you 3 references, you not called the first one on the list, but you called all 3 references. How many of you did all of that work? No hands, right? Why? Why? Because trust is not logical. And you keep trying to sell on logic. You keep trying to sell the stuff that makes logical, and that's why you're misfiring. That's why you're not getting clients to buy. And you sit there scratching your head going, why doesn't this guy listen to me? Why isn't this guy taking my advice? Because when you're a trusted authority with celebrity status, people will take your advice. But if you're just Joe Blow anybody, not so much.